Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. So I'm reading for Pisces energy today. So I just want to kind of remind you all that it's a Pisces reading, but it's not an individual, like personal Pisces reading. I mean, I don't know, I don't control the messages. So I may sometimes get like a really urgent personal, funny that I'm using the word urgent, personal message for like a specific person because the universe really wants to like deliver a message to that individual. But normally my intention is to read for Pisces energy. Now, we're a full chart made up of like 12 different houses. All the planets move around those houses. So every single sign of the zodiac will affect us in different ways. I do recommend you look up your birth chart and kind of just get an overview of what each placement does and how that affects you on a more personal level. But there really seems to be something today about Pisces energy really as an energy rather than like you are 100% this specific like thing. So this is how Pisces energy kind of is affecting us all. Now Pisces is a very, very spiritual sign. It's very like gauzy and mutable and dreamy, like this dreamlike quality that comes from like the moon card being your card in the tarot. So it's really talking to me kind of like about your own your dreams, your fantasies, those kind of rose tinted glasses, painting a pretty picture in a situation, and the beauty of that, the magnificence of that, which I do talk about in Pisces readings quite often. So I just, bearing that in mind, that's kind of the stuff that I'm getting is really good, like really, really good. And I think we can all learn to apply this to us. So it started off with urgency. Like I was getting urgency takes hold, which I think is a line from a Wolf Alice song. Urgency takes hold. So it feels like a moment of panic, like that sense of urgency of, oh my goodness, something's happening. I need to respond. I need to react. I need to deal with this situation. I actually got this at 1 a.m. So 1 o'clock kind of, I woke up in the middle of the night with this urgency on Thursday night. So I don't know if anything happened to anyone at 1 a.m. kind of UK time, GMT, or British summertime. I don't know what we're in now. British summertime, I think, maybe. Yeah, so early hours in the morning, sort of Thursday into Friday. I don't know if something happened where somebody felt very urgent, very flustered, very like, oh my God, it's that energy of like, I have to respond, I have to do something, I have to act right now. Urgency, it keeps on coming through. But then it seems to have calmed down. It seems to have passed whatever that was. And now I'm really going into things with like blank slate energy, like cleanse, whatever it is, especially if it's other people's drama, right? Other people's stuff that they're kind of bringing up and you're having to respond to it. It's this like, just let it wash over you. Let it. It's not yours. It's not your energy. It's not your problem, right? Hand it over to the universe, hand it over to God. Some of you, it is quite a spiritual reading. I'm just going to throw that out there. So some of you are following a particular religion. Some of you are a bit, it's not for me. But just to kind of give you a heads up, there are some spiritual kind of religious messages in this reading. So if that's not your thing, just leave it for whoever it's coming through for. But yeah, it's like hand it over to God, hand it over to the universe. I'm hearing, as I'm saying this, child of God, child of God, child of God, which I've got notes on. Yeah, this real like wipe it clean energy. It's like every time you wake up, treat it as like a completely fresh page, a completely blank slate. Like have no expectations. Don't take anything into it from the previous day. So like if you fell out with somebody, like absolutely release it, like release it, and then go into the new day like a baby. Like I don't know, anything could happen. Miracles could happen today. I go into this day with no expectations other than I am a child of the universe. I am a child. I am a miracle. I'm open to the blessings that the universe wishes me to receive. So it's this real, very, very healthy, let it go, let it flow energy, which I want to say, if you're in that energy or if you're trying to adopt more of that energy, it's incredibly healthy and powerful. So my next note is, remember you are a miracle. So I've just done yoga before I started this reading because I was like, I have to like cleanse stuff. I have to go into Pisces as reading fresh. I don't know if you're doing something like, again, like a spa day, cleansing, like like having a shower, wanting to be fresh, like wanting your energy physically and spiritually to be very, very fresh. I don't know what that is, especially with like the water pouring on this cups card. Um, but yeah, it was like, and whenever I do yoga, it makes me feel very held by the universe, especially if you kind of curl up into kind of the fetal position at the end. It's like you just feel really like the universe is cradling you. It's really a really nice feeling. And I was just getting this message, which I think was for you, of like, you know, the fact that you exist is a miracle. Like the fact that there's life on Earth, it's a miracle. The fact that humans exist, it's like, how? Like, the way our bodies work, the way, like, everything's like, we've got ears to hear, we've got eyes to see. And if you look at how complicated, like, there's so many little tiny bones in ears, or like, in an eye, they're so clever. It's like how you see in reverse and then your brain flips it the other way, and you've got all these different lenses in your eye. It's like this tiny organ, but it's so intricate and detailed. And then it's not like one size fits all. There's all different colors, all different patterns. Some can see further than others. Some, like, it's like every single inch of you, every single cell of your body. The fact that you have lungs to breathe, right, is that you have a heart that beats, that you have a brain that thinks. That is a miracle. The fact that you exist in this moment is incredible. The chances of you existing, it's just incredible, right? So remember that. Remember, you are a miracle. Remember that you are a child of the universe, a product of the universe. You belong here. You're special. You have purpose, like you are a gift. It's just this real energy coming through, and it's really nice, because what I'm seeing here in the cards as well is like you have something to give, because the Knight of Cups I see is a Pisces card. It's like you have something to give, and what you have to give is your unconditional love. That cup that the Knight of Cups is carrying is the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is unconditional love. It's never going to run out of love. It overflows, right? His cup overfloweth. I am seeing something here as well, like there's definitely something like, I don't know, the chalice, what's it called, I can't even think what it's called. The cup that Jesus had a drink out of, and it's dead special. Holy Grail, that's the one. The Holy Grail. And like, like how, now I'm not raised in any specific religion, but, I think it's like Catholicism, people have like the wafer, and it's like the body and the blood of Christ, right? You have the drink and you have the wafer. It's like the body and the blood of Christ. So I don't know, again, if that could be really specifically meaningful for somebody. But I'm really, maybe you're just dipping, as you're listening to this reading, you're like dipping your rich tea biscuits into your tea. Like, all right, 3-second rule, don't dip it any longer than that, because it will fall off and you'll have a biscuity tea, and nobody wants that. Okay. The moon card to me is talking about, and these cards in general, the mix of them. And these are just the cards that I got out to channel Pisces energy. So kind of just run with it for a second. We'll get into pulling cards on camera in a few minutes. But the moon card to me is kind of saying, and this, just the whole reading is sort of saying, as this blank slate, clean slate energy, like it's like your ability to filter out the gunk in the energy around you, and kind of cleanse. It's almost like you're cleansing the energy of other people through acting like a filter for negative energy. So it's like you can receive negative energy, filter out the gunk, and just give back the love. I don't know why the moon's coming through. I think like it's looking to me like a natural filter, like this is the stuff that's filtering through, like a sieve almost. And it's like you don't run out. It's not something that can be depleted. It's like self-replenishing, something like this. Sorry, I'm a little bit sniffly today. I think it's a mix of a little bit of a cold, clearing out some junk from a kid's room. It's made the room a bit dusty, and like a bit of hay fever as well. So I am a bit sniffly. I may just have to pause actually. So the cup overfloweth, it's actually just talking about my nose running, I think. So your ability to with those rose tinted glasses, which can be a blessing and a curse, because sometimes it can talk about illusion, right? Self-deception and things like this, but this is more like, but that's also your gift, right? The flip side of that is your ability to paint a rosy picture on the dark things. They were trying to give me something then. I was seeing Mary Poppins, you know, when they're putting chalk on the floor and then they jump in. But they were giving me something like an old song. It was like tie a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree, but it wasn't. It was something else. Could have been Happy Days Are Here Again. They gave it to me and I was still talking and seeing Mary Poppins, so it was like three things at once. May have been Happy Days Are Here Again. Happy days are here again, when the sky above are clear again, and we'll sing a song of cheer again. Happy day, put on a smile, put on a happy face. That came through for Capricorn. That could have been what it was. Put on a happy face. Okay, so it's like, it's not like false happiness though, and this is where I have to stress the point. It's not a case of taking a bad situation and putting a filter over it so it looks good, like faking it. It's not that. It's taking a bad situation and finding the silver linings. It's like, just trying to think of an example. It's like, okay, this bad, I don't know, I can think of specific situations, but it could be different for everybody. It's like, this bad thing happened, this bad situation happened, but you know what, I've learned lessons from it, and if that thing hadn't happened, then I wouldn't have had this opportunity to make this change. Or like, I could talk about Scorpio's reading. Scorpio had this horrible reading where it was like, suddenly realizing they were in some kind of, maybe a work situation or a relationship where they had been taken advantage of, and they hadn't realized, right? They hadn't realized. And then it was this sudden, the reading ended with them realizing, oh my God, I'm in a terrible situation and I am trapped in it. But which it was awful. I was like, how do I end this reading with like, oh, you're trapped. Good luck, buddy. It wasn't, but the silver lining of that was, but now you see it, right? When you didn't know, you were trapped in it and people were taking advantage of you and you had no idea. But now that you see it, you can start figuring out, right? You might feel trapped right now, but you might be able to start looking at steps you can take to get out of that. There's always options. Sometimes we just have to see them. And sometimes seeing that you're in a bad situation is the key to getting out of it, right? It's the first step. So that's the kind of silver lining that I'm talking about. It's like taking a bad situation, but transmuting it and spinning it into not something that binds you or something that holds you or something that traps you or something that scares you, but an opportunity for growth. It's like growth mindset, right? If you're talking about like kids in classrooms, having a growth mindset. Okay, this isn't great. What can we do about it? This is an opportunity to learn. It's an opportunity to grow. It's an opportunity to change for the better. I just saw 2 black crows. So the on the moon card, I believe this is a dog and a wolf, if I remember correctly. It's like an Alsatian and a wolf or something. And it's talking about our light side and our dark side, right? Our more animalistic side. And it's kind of talking to me a little bit about, if you know the High Priestess card, especially with these 2 towers in the background, it's sort of talking to me again about, what's here and what's not here. The 3D and the subconscious, or the conscious and the subconscious, or the tangible reality and the dream world. It's really talking about that, right? The 2 sides of our nature, yin and yang, these kind of things. And with that, it's saying, what is and what isn't is the same thing, right? The 2 are overlapping, right? It's almost like you and the mirror, right? They're overlapping. I don't quite understand that message, but that's what I'm getting. And then I was kind of getting this thing about the void left behind when something is gone. So it came through with the imagery of a plane moving through the sky, right? The plane is there. And it was almost like running through the plane, seeing all the passengers, and then the plane leaving, but you've got like the smoke behind, right? So there's evidence that something was there. So I've wrote down imprint and book groove. So it's like, like when somebody had a favorite chair. It's funny I'm saying had. I don't know if somebody has lost somebody, but it's like, the imprint remains, the presence remains, they are still there, right? They're just in a different dimension, that kind of thing. But it's like they were showing me like, like a book groove when somebody sits in a chair all the time. It's like the groove is shaped to their butt, and like they can get up and you can still see the book groove. So I'm kind of seeing that. My guides like make jokes and they're giving me get into the groove, so I think that's a joke. I mean, it might not be, it might be a message for somebody, but to me it's coming through like a joke. like sit in someone else's book groove. I don't know. It's like wear somebody else's shoes, but sit in their book groove. Filling the void, right? Filling the void. So the cup is empty here. Here it's overflowing. You can fill the void. You can fill up other people's cups. You can fill up your own cup. That unconditional love that you can actually get from the universe as a miracle, as a child of God, whatever you want to call it. That connection is always there. It can't be depleted, right? There's no way that you could deplete the universe in a lifetime. There's so much abundance there. Your cup can overflow, right? So water into wine, miracle. So this miracle theme and this kind of religious edge coming through again. Void course of moon. I don't know if we're going to see void of course moon. It's called. It's when the moon. I don't understand what the void of course is, I'm going to be honest with you, but I think there is a card in this deck that says void of course moon, so it'll be interesting to see if that comes out or not. Green crystals, adventurine, I don't know what the others are. Green crystals could be very helpful for you at this time. Maybe somebody likes the colour green. I'm getting shades of green, which is a play on Lana Del Rey's Shades of Blue. My baby loves in shades of blue, but it's my baby loves in shades of green. Chasing Cars by Snow Patrol was your song, which makes a lot of sense because it says we'll do it all on our own. We don't need anything or anyone. So it could be like a situation again. It's like blank slate, clean slate. Let's start over again. Like let's let everything from the past go. You know, we're going to step into the world like a newborn babe. I don't know it came through like that, but it did. Step into the world, like open your front door, step out into the world. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life for me. Like anything is possible, right? It's like you're a baby, but you've got all those skills, right? It's like having a fresh start, but you've got all those skills of being an adult, right? Of experience. So you're actually at an advantage if you look at it that way. Every single day that you step out that door, you're at the advantage because it's a fresh slate, but you come into it prepared. You come into it stocked or stacked, I'm hearing. We'll do it on our own. We don't need anything or anyone. Chasing Cars as well by Snow Patrol. It's got this beautiful thing about like, if we just lay here, will you lie with me and just forget the world? Which is talking to me about the moon energy of like fantasy of dreams, of like, it reminds me of one of my favourite quotes, which is from Hamlet by Shakespeare. And he says, I could be bounded in a nutshell and call myself a king of infinite space. He does say, were it not that I have bad dreams, but I cut that bit off again, kind of painting my own picture here. Because it's like, I could have nothing. I could be... They're giving me Bill and Ted, which is funny because I quoted it the other day. I may be, what is it? I may be a something or a little street sweeper, but sooner or later you'll dance with the Reaper. It's like everybody's going to meet the Reaper one day, right? Everybody's going to die one day. Like we're all the same. We're all flesh and blood. We all turn to ash in the end. You know, there's no difference really. But what it's saying to me is like you could be on the streets. You could be you could be homeless, you could have nothing, you could literally like be starting out in the world with nothing, right? Absolutely nothing. But it's like, if you can dream it, you can have it, right? If you can envision it, you can have that reality. You know, it's the people who can't have any concept of a future, who can't envision what that looks like, who don't make the change. If you've got a dream, I have a dream, that's Entangled. Is it Entangled? Tangled, the princess film. I have a dream, I have a dream. There's something else coming through with that. It's like, again, it's like she inspires others, right? She inspires others by saying, what's your dream? A bit like Pretty Woman, right? What's your dream? So they're giving me a lot of references. Right. Finally, I've got smells. Smells could be very important to you. You may have a heightened sense of smell. You may be very, very conscious of smells around you. So I'm getting things like incense, candles, perfumes, body lotions, things that smell nice could be really appealing to you or helpful to you at the moment. Seems to be something, especially with your sense of smell. Right. I'm going to go and blow my nose because it's literally running like this now. And then I'm going to just, again, wipe the slate clean because my energy is getting very, very cluttered. You can probably tell I'm getting a bit, like the messages are starting to come through a bit too fast and thick, and it's fast and furious could be something for somebody. And yeah, I just need to tone it back a bit. So I'll be back in a moment. Okay, I paused at 1933. Like it's coming through like a year. It could be a significant year for someone. Yeah, so Fast and Furious. It could definitely be something because that's a car film, and you had Chasing Cars by Snow Patrol. So cars could be significant. Oh, I forgot my message as well. Right earlier in the week, I got for you. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bike by, I think, Queen. So I don't know if there's something about bicycles or cars, like transport in general could be coming through for you. I did mention it to my Pisces friend. I was like, this is all I've got for Pisces so far. And she was like, yeah, no, I don't know what that is. So I don't know. Interesting to see if that plays out for anyone. Okay, so I'm going to get you some Scrabble letters, and they may be your initials. They may be initials of somebody around you. They may spell out a certain word or make you think of something. Just take whatever your intuition gives you. If you don't get anything, it's fine. Just leave it to whoever that's for. What's this? N? F? If this is like, what's that fighting thing again? Like, what's NFA? I don't do sports. NFA, National Football Association. It's not anyway, it's NFO. S. A. Could you get an NFA? Right, I don't know what you get from that. You know, you can flip the words around. You can, you know, maybe you're getting a certain word, a certain sound, whatever you kind of get from that. Fossan. No fuss, no fuss, no fuss. I don't know. Whatever you get from that, right? If you don't get anything, it's fine. Maybe just jot down those letters, you know, and it could be something significant that happens with a friend. You know, someone could call you out of the blue with one of those initials. I don't know. It could be a lot of different things. I'm using a few different decks for you. Swan and Lamb. The whiteness and the purity of the lamb is definitely coming through as like purity. Purity was a big thing in Aquarius's reading, like naivety, purity. These two together, it does give me kind of like, you know, the film Black Swan. You know, she's really inexperienced, she's really naive, right? And that's kind of why the Black Swan kind of comes out, because it's kind of like her shadow side wanting to come out and play that she's been suppressing. So, but this is showing me like the reflection is pure. So it's like, it's just coming through as like naivety or purity. Again, with that kind of blank slate energy, fresh slate. It was in the reverse. I'd say it's definitely coming through like blank slate energy, like going into something with your eyes wide open, right? Going into something willing to learn, going into situations thinking, I open the door to this opportunity and I'm ready to receive whatever the universe wishes to bring my way. It just feels like a learning mindset, a growth mindset to me. Yeah. Lamb of God as well, right, is a thing. What else, please, for Pisces? Pisces, please. Adventure south. Maybe you are going on a bit of an adventure. Maybe you are traveling south. Maybe you're coming from the south. Maybe you live in the south. I don't know. It's an astronaut, right? It kind of looks like a camera to me today, but it does have this kind of like explorer energy to it. And again, it does look like an eye. There could be something about eyes, you know, I'm almost seeing like an iris here. Yeah, it just feels like exploring the universe, like ready to explore, ready to kind of like Flight of the Navigator I'm kind of getting, you know. And there's this, she just looked like a really little girl. So it's almost like this bigger energy, right? It could be like the universe watching you, the universe kind of always being around you. I had this kind of energy again for Scorpio of like feeling like I was almost in the belly of something. It's like there was this presence immediately as soon as I started channeling for Scorpio, it was like my crown chakra was lit up immediately, like in the entirety of it as well. I could feel it the whole way around. Normally it starts on the left hand side and grows, but this was like boom, like you're wearing a crown, right? An energetic crown. It was like boom, your crown chakra is going. Like I was feeling like chills up and down my body. It was like I just felt this enormous, like immediate, like a light switch going on, like this immediate presence. And it was big, right? It was like that. It felt like I was in it, but it was completely silent. And so it's that feeling of like, I know it's there. Again, this thing about void for you, and like, you know, the impression of something that's there, but not, it's not there. It's like, it's gone, but it was there. That kind of energy, it seems to be something for you. So, but I want to say it's always there. It's always around you. It's just whether or not you're connecting to it. Something like that. Right, let's get you a full 9 card spread and see how this goes. So 9 cards for Pisces, please. 9 cards for Pisces. I was seeing a specific card in this deck, so if it comes out, I'll kind of mention it. But that's why I'm using this deck today. It's the, what is it? It's the Law of Attraction Tarot. So again, Law of Attraction, right? If you can think it, you can bring it. What you think about, you bring about. You can't manifest your future if you can't envision that future. But again, the universe has a bigger perspective. There's no cards coming out, so this is clearly what I'm meant to be talking about. The universe has a bigger perspective, right? They can see further down the road than you can. So there's something going on about your own life experience and what you've experienced so far. And like, you don't, kind of like that Piaget technique of like, if you've never been shown something, how do you know it exists? And how can you visualize that for yourself? You get this message quite a lot, actually. I don't know if some of you have Pisces children, but it's like, if you've never experienced something, how do you know what it is? So it's like, if you've never experienced true unconditional love, you don't know what that is. You don't know what that feels like. So you know, how can you possibly manifest that for yourself if you don't know what true love is, you know? So it's like, yeah, okay, we get shown in movies and things like this, but until you feel it, especially because I do believe I tap into that, the unconditional love of the universe through yoga and meditation, that feeling of just being held in the darkness. Like when you get that, it is like, I'm hearing open source. It is like something that can't be depleted. So it's like, you don't have to look for it outside yourself because it's inside yourself. So yeah, finding that is quite empowering. Yeah, it's successful. 9 of Cups. So success, wish fulfillment, abundance. Yeah, but it's like there's a lot of hands that want this. Is it that a lot of hands have created this success? It's success shared, because the 9 is usually independent, the 10 is usually shared, the 9 is usually independent. So maybe it's like you attain some level of emotional success, because this is coming out in your emotional space. You attain some level of emotional success, which then you can go on to share with others, especially people perhaps who are smaller than you. Or you're all fighting for the same cup, fighting for the same thing. Let's keep going. But you don't have to. That's the thing as well. Like with unconditional love, I'm just really thinking about the Ace of Cups overflowing. Let me just find that. What did I do with that card? Like, you don't have to fight for it, you know? You don't have to fight for it. There's more than enough for everyone. It's kind of the message that's coming through with that. It's like, it's never going to run out. So it's like, I want to be the one that God loves the most. Like, you don't, it's not something that can be depleted. It just feels like something that's, can you clarify which way? Okay. What's that? The Lover's card. Oh, you've got nice energy in your feels. Yeah, you've got love to share with others. Love is secretive. 9 of Wands. It's the Wounded Warrior. Kind of makes me think of Aladdin. You know, like they wear disguises, they meet in the marketplace. Nobody can know who I am. It feels a little bit like Secret Love Affair. Which way? Oh, sorry. Knocking into the camera. 2 of Pentacles. So a decision. I'm going to get all your cards and then we'll kind of talk through what it all means, what it's all saying. I like that Lover's card. I don't think anyone else has had the Lover's card. Which is disappointing to me because I love a love reading. Don't want to get taken advantage of though. 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands into the Ace of Wands is good. And then the Sun. What is this reading, Pisces? This is nice. This is really nice. And then the King of Cups in the underlying. That's your counterpart. That is definitely like, could be a Scorpio. Doesn't have to be. It's water energy. It could also be you having deep love to share, but being quite secretive about it. The King of Cups is like, the King of Cups is that energy of like, I don't even have to tell you I love you. You know, you can just feel it. Like, it's clear that I love you. Like, yeah, because the kings don't necessarily, I mean, he is quite a talkative king. Maybe you've got someone who is a bit chatty, but the kings normally hold back a little bit more. You know, they're a little bit more like, I'll say it when I need to say it, you know? I don't necessarily have to say it every 5 minutes because you know it's there. Why do I have to prove it if it's evident? It feels a little bit like that. Um, yeah. Definitely something going on with these spiral shapes. You see this spiral here in the background. It is part of your brain as well, because my eye, I didn't mention it, but my eye kept on going to this like spirally thing that's next to me. So it could have like kind of like a psychic connection with somebody. What's under the King of Cups? Seven of Swords. Just be wary of deception, self-deception, internal conflict. Not quite. Kind of like arguing with yourself. Like, am I deceiving myself? Is this real? Right, okay, so Pisces. I quite like your reading. Mostly because it's got the Lovers card and the Sun card in there, which are both really nice energies. So yeah, your major arcana is the Lovers card, which is making a choice based, an emotional choice, right? So it could be, it normally does indicate a lover's situation, like your lover, right? The person that you're in love with, the person that you're having a physical relationship, you know, your partner, you know, somebody that you are having a romantic relationship with or romantic feelings, like they are your choice. It did used to be called the choice card. So sometimes it can also be talking about a heartfelt choice, and it doesn't have to necessarily be a relationship or a person, but something that you really like, your heart and soul is in that choice, right? It's like if you have a choice to make, there's the answer's clear, right? It's what your heart's calling you to choose, not what your mind's trying to convince you to choose. This also indicates a choice here, the Two of Pentacles in your thoughts. So this is kind of past position, this is kind of future position, but you could be anywhere along this timeline. Again, it's not personal, it's general Pisces reading, what Pisces is up to. So yeah, thinking about making a choice, thinking about making a decision. It could even be like, where do I want to go on holiday, right? Where do I want to go on holiday? Do I go to Horia or Hume? Like, where do I go? What do I choose? Let's weigh up the options. Let's figure this out. Yeah, like weighing up a choice, making a decision. Do I go left or do I go right? Which is so funny because I was saying to my Pisces son last night, I was like trying to show him that if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get the same result. So just to finish one thought before I go into the other. So yeah, what do I choose? And then making an emotional choice based on your heart space. You know, so it's going from your mind into your heart, right? Going from that kind of indecision of your head into this is what feels right for me emotionally. But yeah, this story about my son, he's one of these, he'll cut off his nose to spite his face. Like, Pisces energy can be actually really, really stubborn. So he's kind of got himself in trouble, and he's refusing to change his behavior. It's like he's not getting the outcome he wants because he refuses to change his behavior because he's being stubborn. So I was giving him this example. I was like, say, right, okay. I was like, pretend that you're playing Minecraft and it's an adventure map. So you can't break any blocks. All you can do is like play the level like the person designed it. So you're walking through a tunnel. The tunnel opens up into a bigger room, but the door shuts behind you, so you can't go back. The room is filling up with lava. This is my addition to make a decision faster. The room is starting to fill up with lava, like it's falling down on you. You have to, there's two open tunnels in front of you. You can go left, you can go right. What do you choose? And he's like, I'm just going to sit there. I was like, but there's lava coming down. If you don't move, you know, like your computer game character is gonna die in lava. And he's like, I'm just going to sit there. So I was like, right, okay. So you die in lava. So I was like, the game resets. You're walking down a tunnel, and I kept on doing the same thing. You're walking down a tunnel, you step into the big room, two tunnels, left or right, lava coming down from the ceiling, door shuts behind you. What do you do? He's like, I'll sit there. So he kept on doing this, and he refused to change, right? He kept on making the same decision. And I was like, but you could go through either one of those tunnels and you can have something really good, but you don't know because you're not trying it. You're just stubbornly making the same. So I was trying to explain to him, you know, if you always choose what you've always done before, you're going to get the same result, and you're going to be stuck in that loop. And I said to my daughter, what would you choose? And she was like, I don't know, the right tunnel. I was like, the right tunnel opens up onto a green pasture, and you know, some load of good stuff's there. Aren't you happy that you chose chose the right path. And I said to my son, what do you choose? And he was like, I'll just sit there. So this is what I mean. He cut off his nose to spite his face. Like, it's so silly. So I don't know. That just reminded me of that. Do you go left or do you go right? It's like, just sit there sulking on my suitcase. I'm not going on holiday. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that applies to you somehow. Yeah, but emotionally happy, emotionally really good, emotionally happy, feeling successful, feeling like you've got that connection to divine that's not going anywhere. So you're good, right? No matter what happens, you're good. It doesn't really matter to you if you choose left or right, because you've got that love, right? You've got the love you need to see. I've got the love I need to see me through, like Florence and the Machine. The Ten of Wands, though, something going on in your environment in this past position where you're carrying a lot of baggage. So I do think, again, with that fresh start energy, this is kind of like the blank slate, the fresh start, carrying a lot of baggage, carrying a lot of history, carrying a lot of junk. It could be even physically, right? Physically moving. You've got a lot of stuff to shift. It does have a bit like ship coming home energy. The tens are completion. The 10 of Wands can be homecoming. It comes after the 9 of Wands, which you can actually see up here, where it's like a long journey, the wounded warrior. You keep on having to pick yourself up, dust yourself off and keep going. But then the 10 of Wands comes and it's like you're almost home, right? The ship is finally coming in. You're going to be able to put those burdens and baggages down. And then going into Ace of Wands, which means actually physically moving a lot lighter, a lot quicker, a lot cleaner. If you're trying to lug a huge tugboat around full of containers, you're not going to get anywhere very fast. But if you just pick up, I don't know, the one thing you need, that cup, if you just pick up your cup, your trophy, your own heart, right? You can get out there, you can explore these wide open spaces. You can the Ace of Wands is like a lot of creative potential. So it's like traveling light, traveling impulsively, traveling easily. And again, this is your physical environment. So it's got this energy of like, again, a fresh start, a clean slate. Let's go out, let's explore, let's see where this takes us. And it actually takes you somewhere really, really good. That's the Sun card. The Sun is Leo energy. It's the happiest card in the entire deck. It's freedom, it's creative, it's bold, it's courageous, it's confident, it's really happy days, right? It's genuinely like the best card you could possibly have. So like going out and having a picnic, like, I can't be bothered making Christmas dinner. Here's an idea. Let's get some sandwiches. We'll go out and have a picnic in the sun. It's like, it's simple, but it's actually really rewarding, rather than like having so much stuff. Like, let's go on holiday, but if we go there, we're gonna have to take all this stuff. We're gonna have to take the suitcases. We're gonna have to take, a change of clothes, change of shoes. And then it's like, do you know what? Let's just hop on the train. I've got an idea. Let's hop on a bus, hop on a train, not even look at the destination, see where it takes us, take some sandwiches, make sure we've got enough money to be able to get back, and, have a brilliant adventure, a brilliant day out. It's very free. You may make a decision. So here you're making a decision. 2 of Pentacles, weighing up your options. The 3 of Wands is, I've made a decision and I'm waiting for my ships to come in. I've made a decision and I'm waiting for something to pay off. You've made a decision. That's right in the middle of your spread, in your thoughts. You made a decision. It's a heartfelt choice. It's an emotional decision. Very emotional because it's Wands, which is impulsive. It's like from the gut, right? And the Lovers in your heart space is, this means something to me. I'm making this decision because it's basically the Lovers card says you have a choice, but the only choice to make is the one that's made with love, or it's the one that's made from the heart, right? It's like there's no real choice. There's no real choice because the choice is obvious when you make it from the heart space. But then you go into this, even though physically you've got this Sun card, which is the happiest card in the tarot. No, yeah, you feel like in your thoughts, it's like, I don't know if you feel a little bit like, it's like whatever you're doing, you've got a bit of swagger to you. It's like I'm the man kind of energy. You are normally the Knight of Cups, but this is the Knight of Wands. So this is a lot more, where the Knight of Cups is kind of romantic, this is kind of a little bit more passionate. So it's a little bit more Don Juan, I guess. There's a little bit of swagger to this guy. He's feeling really confident. He's feeling good about himself. He's feeling pretty sexy. So that could be you having a perception of yourself as like, oh, hey, I'm really sexy. Like, look at what I'm doing. Look at this bold, confident choice that I'm making. It's like making everybody happy. Yeah. So it's like this little perception of the self, maybe, or it could be somebody that you're connecting with. I will pull a clarifier on that. Sorry, I'm just shifting around on my chair. I was sitting on a little wooden stool. It gets a little bit uncomfortable. I've got a really bony bum as well, so yeah, not the most comfortable place to sit, but here we are. But the Nine of Wands, so you are still lugging that baggage around emotionally, like physically traveling light, but emotionally you are still carrying a lot of baggage around here. You've not put it down, thought about putting it down, or like tried to put it down perhaps, but then it's like the residue remains. So it kind of has that feeling of like, again, you know, like how I was saying, it's like the plane passes, but you still see the smoke. It's like or like, you know, the person leaves but you still see the book groove in the chair. It's like there's still emotions, there's still emotional baggage that you're carrying around from the thing that's left or from the thing that's gone. It could be something like you donate a load of, like, you know, you have a big clear out. I'm just talking about this because it's what I've been doing with like clearing out my own kids' room and like getting rid of the stuff that they don't play with anymore and then keeping it myself. It's like, oh, like, let's get rid of your Barbies, you've outgrown them. And then I'm like, but I kind of want to keep the Barbies for myself. It's like just end up moving the things to a different room. But it's like, you know, for example, cleaning out the cupboards and getting rid of all the baby clothes. But then you're like, you know, you donate the baby clothes to charity. Like physically your house is a lot lighter, you've got more space, but it's like still there's an emotional attachment. It's like, oh, like I miss those baby clothes, I miss my kids were babies, like, oh, do you remember what that was like? It's like you're still carrying those emotions around, they've not gone anywhere. Right, let's have a little bit of a clarifier then. I want to know what this decision's about. What's this decision? The sun. If it's where do we go on holiday? It could be where do we go on holiday? What makes me happy? What makes me happy? What makes me feel free? What makes me feel confident? What makes me feel uplifted? Right? Like some really good stuff. There's the Hierophant card as well there, just in case anyone wants to spot that. It's quite strong energy. It could be a choice. Do I do my duty here? Do I follow tradition? Do I do what's expected of me by parents, by society? Or do I make a choice where I'm putting myself first and my own needs and, you know, what makes me feel good about myself? Like, do I carry these burdens of society around with me, the burdens of the parents, or do I drop them all and kind of do something that's just for myself? It could be like that for some of you. Tell me about the Nine of... no. You've made a decision. Tell me about the Lover's card, because that is quite a strong energy. The Lover's card, you're possibly a bit defensive about this position. Interesting, I'm saying position. A bit defensive about this choice, but it's almost like, because I've put the card away now, but she was sat in that bubble. It's almost like, but it's the right choice for me, so it doesn't matter what anyone else has to say about it. I've made the choice for me based on my own connection to my own spiritual guidance. But tell me about the Lover's card. Yeah, again, it's something about the decision you're making, weighing up. It's the same energy as this here. Choice, heartfelt choice, I don't know, whatever it is that you've been weighing up, making a heartfelt choice, making a decision, traveling light. What's this baggage? I want to know about these future cards. What's this baggage, the Nine of Wands, about? The Nine of Wands, some kind of tower. That's not great. That's not great energy coming up in your future heart position. The tower's like, it's like the rug being pulled out from underneath your feet. It's almost like emotionally feeling like you're taking a step, but I'm hearing it's a doozy. Look out, it's a doozy. It's like almost like, and they show me, I don't know if anyone remembers Vicar of Dibley with Dawn French, the Christmas episode where she like jumps into a puddle. Is it the Christmas episode? I feel like it is, where she has like 3 Christmas dinners. It's like she doesn't want to let anyone down. So again, talking about these the traditions, right? Trying to please other people. Like she doesn't want to have like 3 or 4 Christmas dinners, but she doesn't want to let anyone down. So she ends up having all these Christmas dinners. And yeah, she's walking along this path and she jumps into this puddle, but it's really deep. It's deeper than expected. And she goes like right into this puddle. So it's almost taking a step, but that just be careful. It's in your emotions, but like physically as well, just be careful, like watch your step. So it's like you know, like in adventure movies where they step on a bridge but then the board cracks and they're like, ah. So just be careful, because it does have that kind of like emotional falling down energy. Emotional falling down, like something that wasn't sturdy, something that wasn't stable. Just again, be careful, because the Knights are not a very stable energy. So if this was a fling, it could end up disappointing you. tell me about the Knight of Wands for Pisces. In Pisces' thoughts. But it's, yeah, bad luck. No, if somebody's trying it on with you, I don't think they're going to get lucky with you. Just be careful. Don't do any gambling. Don't take any risks. No gambling, no risks. Whatever you're doing, tread carefully, tread lightly, tread carefully, watch your step. I don't know what it is that you're doing, but it is a time for caution, because if you're too spontaneous, you could have run into some bad luck, some tower moments. So again, it's like, right, fine, get on the train to somewhere you've never been before, right? But make sure you've got enough money, you know, prepare first, right? It's like, prepare first. Take some extra money, you know, make sure you've got some sandwiches, make sure you've got a change of clothes in case you need to stay over. It's like, don't be too, like, be impulsive, be creative, trust that spontaneous energy, because this is very spontaneous, but do it with an air of caution, right? Maybe actually do look at the train destinations, you know, maybe you know, pick 3 destinations that you'd actually like to go to, and then, you know, flip a coin or draw straws to see which one you go to. So it's still spontaneous, but you're guaranteed a better outcome. So there's something about, just be wary of like being too impulsive right now. It could actually almost self-sabotage. What's the Sun card though? The Sun card's the Sun card. Look at that, the Sun's clarified by the Sun. Whatever makes you happy, whatever is like the double Sun. Yeah, no, there's some kind of relationship for you, and it just makes you feel amazing. It makes you feel brilliant. It makes you feel gorgeous. It makes you feel warm. It makes you feel like, it gives you energy, right? It's like those kind of relationships where that person makes me feel amazing. That person, when that person's around me, when that person shows me love, they make me feel like the best version of myself. It could be like, it's like double Leo energy as well. So I don't know if somebody's got strong Leo in the chart. Maybe you and somebody else have a lot of Leo, but yeah, a lot of Leo. This is also Gemini. This one here I would say is Aries, but it doesn't have to be. Sagittarius maybe as well. Leo tends to be a little bit more, it could be Leo, it's like any fire sign, but again, doesn't have to be. Leo tends to be a little bit more slower moving than Aries and Sagittarius. Aries and Sagittarius are very, very impulsive. Leo sometimes likes to have a bit of a think about it, right? They are a little bit more strategic than the other fire signs. So I don't know. But yeah, that looks really, really good. Really, really good in your future action space. But watch your step, right? Be careful, because what? I mean, back to the homecoming, back to nostalgia, nostos, like, this is the past, this is past memories. Here's that choice again. Somebody could feel very shut out. Somebody could feel left out of a situation, left out of a work situation or a collaboration. Feels like you're... because this feels like you making the decision. And like, you know, it's like looking out the window, wishing that you were somewhere where it doesn't feel like it's a new place. It feels like a person, place or thing that has a lot of memories attached. So it could be this feeling, she's got this globe and camper van as well. So it's almost like, I wish I was out there. I wish I was out there with that person that I have a lot of memories for. I wish I could go home and see my childhood dog. I wish I could see my dad. I wish I could, you know, I have memories of that place from when we were kids. You know, it's the place that I used to go to on holiday with my parents, and, you know, we had some really happy memories there. You know, I'm longing for that. I'm nostos, homecoming. I'm longing for that place. So it's like her attention's over here. But meanwhile, while she's looking out the window wishing she was somewhere else, behind her, it's like this thing feels ignored, right? This is ignored. This feels left out. And it feels like somebody around you who wanted to collaborate with you on something. It could be like your kid wanting to do an art project with you, but you're too busy like planning a holiday, right? Just turn around and just check whatever this is, because I think somebody feels a little bit left out there. Okay. All right. I hope that reading was helpful to you. Maybe it's the realization that while I'm off having fun, somebody else is missing me. You know, somebody else is just like, wish you were here. You know, I can't take everyone with me, but I know people are going to feel left out here, but maybe not even that. Maybe like all your attention is on this fun thing that you want to go and do, and you don't realize somebody feels left out, and then you realize that they feel left out, and you're kind of already there on vacation with this, you know. I don't know. What's the King of Cups? Who's the King of Cups for Pisces? Hangman. Could be Aquarius. I mean, this is any water sign. This is Aquarius. Seeing something from a different perspective. Somebody who thinks out of the box. Feels quite academic. I don't know if somebody around you works in academia. They could be held up. So it could be something like if you were going to meet somebody on vacation, right? You know, we both go to that place. We both meet up there. You know, I'll make my own way there. You make your own way there. We'll meet up. This person could get tied up. They could get, I mean, maybe you're going to tie this person up. I don't know. But it's like they could be, this person could get delayed is what I'm trying to say. They could get held up. Right, so it's like the train's running late, something like that. Kind of makes me think of that TV show. Yeah, you're really going to miss them if they're not there. That kind of feels like what that might be. You know, planning on meeting up with somebody and having a really nice time, but, you know, they can't make it. It reminds me of that TV show, Run. If you've ever seen that, it's like these two people who used to be together in college. They have this deal, if they text run to each other and the person texts run back, they both meet on the same train at the same time on the same platform, and they run away together. Yeah, so I'm not going to kind of spoil it, but you might want to go and check that out. It's quite a good little TV show. I hope they do a season 2. Okay, so I think it was on the BBC. So your advice then. Don't let your past hold you back. What did I say? Hey, who's a good tarot card reader? You and your loved ones are safe. So if you're worried about the kids, don't worry, they are safe. Adjustments are required. What time are we on? Yeah, hour-long readings. Like, it's a thing. Don't let your past hold you back. South Node. The cards that I was seeing didn't come out, by the way. So I was getting a Void Course of the Moon by this deck, and a card with like a cloche on it from that deck. It didn't come out. So maybe they were just showing me images from certain decks, so I knew to use those decks. I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to be honest, right? I could be like, yeah, that was the card that I knew would come out, but I'm not like that. Sometimes I'm psychic, sometimes I know nothing. Like, what can I say? I can't find the South Node. Your South Node is your comfort zone. So if you want to check out what your North Node and South Node are, your South Node is kind of like what you're naturally good at. You know, what your comfort zone is, what comes easily to you. Your North Node is more like the challenge. It's like your North Star. So it's like challenging yourself again with that growth mindset of like trying the things that don't come naturally. Actually, if you can master that, you kind of like get very well rounded, you know, rather than trying to avoid the things that don't come naturally, you embrace them. Right, the South Node, like the North Node, is a karmic point, but it's opposite to the North Node and relates to the past, perhaps even to past lives. Whatever you're going through and whatever you're asking about, there's a chance that age-old programming and conditioning is stopping you from achieving all that you might. Do you feel stuck in something? This card will often come as a sign that the situation or relationship you're asking about has somehow become suffocating or even toxic. It suggests that somebody, you even, needs to be released, and that there's some kind of addiction going on or an unhealthy attachment that needs to be sorted out. I am not seeing the Devil card. I didn't see the Devil card once, which would be the card of attachments and toxic things. So just be aware of that. One thing is for sure, when you get this card, you're being challenged to make some changes, even if staying where you are feels easier and safer. Attuned to the moon, I release the past. Additional meanings for this card. A relationship is karmic and has played out across many lifetimes. Your attraction to someone may be verging on the obsessive. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. Yes, just tread carefully, I think, is the message there with that past card. There is a new start coming in your private life. Something is rising up in connection with the people and places you hold dearest. This can be to do with a member of your family, a flatmate, or moving house. Maybe you are moving house again, like decluttering, right? If you're hoping to move forwards with something special in your private life, this card comes to you as a message that you can do it. If you've been neglecting your family, which was what I was kind of seeing there with that Two of Wands and you had your back turned to them, if you've been neglecting your family, it's time to reconnect with them. If you've been neglecting yourself, you need to take better care of yourself and nurture yourself more. If your insecurity is holding you back, that's something for you to work on now. But I'm seeing double confidence there. That is not insecurity. Double sun is not insecurity. Doing so could bring you your heart's desire. Make sure you put family first. Let someone get a bit closer to you. A new cycle is starting for your child or children. It's time to review your goals. Have they changed? Meditation will help you banish your insecurities. Again, seeing super confidence here, whatever you get up to. Spending time near water will bring you peace and answers. Adjustments are required then. Third quarter moon. Third quarter moon, where are you? You'd think it'd be next to first quarter moon, but I'm not seeing it there. Third quarter moon. Think of yourself as a vessel that has been filled more and more over the past few weeks. Ayo, that is very lewd. Talking about that cup overflowing. I don't want to know, Pisces. Why do you always get these random lewd things? Some of what has come your way may have been wonderful, but there's also a lot of negativity and you need to let go of this. Whatever situation you're asking about now, be honest about whether there are toxic emotions involved, which you need to release into the ethers. Like, that's kind of what it was saying, right? This card also comes with the promise that not all is lost. Again, this blank slate energy, let it all go. Everything from the past, completely just hand it over to God, right? And go out like you've been like freshly born, but you've got all that skills and experience and know-how to do something properly. So if it's from the past and if it's not serving you, let it go. I just saw 5656, which I don't know, could be significant to somebody. It's actually 1111. 5 and 6 makes 11, so 1111. A change of course is forecast now, that recent events have been understood and acted upon. There may also, again, that's what I said, right? There may also be a crisis now which will remind you of what you want and it's time to let go of, and what's time to let go of. So pay attention. So if a tower moment comes in for you, again, it's like, what was I saying? That sense of urgency. With that sense of urgency, that tower is actually here. It's not here to harm you. It's here to show you what's important. So the tower is a wake-up call, right? These things need your attention. So it does feel a little bit like there's going to be something that happens. It's going to be a little bit like a crisis. There's urgency to it, but it feels like there's some sort of lesson in it. So again, go into it with this mindset of, I can handle this. I'm releasing the past. I'm looking for the silver linings. The universe has got my back, and you're going to be fine, right? No matter what happens. No matter what that situation is. But again, trust your gut, trust your instincts, because sometimes as well, it's like, a tower moment. It's like the house is on fire. What do you grab? That's the thing that's really important to you. Whatever your mind goes to first, you grab your children, right? You grab your children, grab your pets. If you've got time, you get things like your passport, your photo album, right? It's like, what's really important? What's really important? If you had to get rid of 95% of your stuff, right? Again, going from 10 of Wands with all that baggage to the Ace of Wands. If you had to leave the house with one suitcase, what would be inside it? They're the things that are most important to you. Everything else you can probably get rid of. Yeah, you might be sad to see it go, but we can accumulate a lot of junk. And this could be emotional as well, like emotional or thoughts, a lot of stuff that you hold on to that doesn't serve you anymore. I am reevaluating the situation. Your life may be out of balance and this may be causing your issues. That could also be why the Two of Pentacles is there, because it is a card about balancing things. This may be causing your issues. It may be time to hatch a whole new plan. Again, blank slate, fresh start. You can do this, Pisces. It's an opportunity, right? Something new and exciting is around the corner. Trust may be required to move the situation forward. Okay, I'm going to lose my voice. My throat's getting sore. I need to go and find something that's overflowing because I need a drink. And yeah, I hope this reading was really, really helpful to you. Please do take care of yourselves. Again, growth mindset, fresh start. That's the key message, I think, to take away from this. And choosing from the heart, I think, is really important. But learn the lessons, right? If you've got somebody who's been in your life for a long time, they're very in and out. They come in, they make you feel amazing, but then they run off just as fast and they leave you heartbroken. And, like, sending you into a spiral. Do you really want to do that again? Maybe just hold your horses, slow down, play hard to get. I don't know. But yeah, don't if you do the same thing that you've always done, you're going to get the same results, right? So learn from that, but don't hold on to negativity. Give people chances to prove who they are. Like, you can open the door, right? You can open the door to somebody who's broke your heart in the past, if you want to. If it's like an ex and you don't want them back, like, obviously learn from that, get out of it. But it could be like, I don't know, it could be somebody's kid, right? Somebody's kid, and they make a lot of bad choices, and you kick them out of the house, and then you let them back in, and they start doing whatever it was they were doing before. So you kick them out. Or a friend, right? A friend who's in a bad cycle, and it's like you give them chance after chance after chance, and it always ends up the same. But it's like, you don't have to, if it's a friend coming to the door like, lend me money, I'll pay you back, and you know damn well they're not going to pay you back. But you could be like, look, I've got the money to spare here, take it, but don't tell me you're going to pay me back, because you won't. You can make that decision, and then you're releasing yourself and you're releasing them from that as well. Or you can say no. You can be like, no, you never pay me back, right? I'm your friend, I'm here to support you, I'm going to give you great advice, but you're not. Maybe this is why we're seeing no. You have to say no to somebody. I'm not going to give you that money because you're not going to pay me back, right? We've done this 10 times. Like, let's not lie to each other here. I'm going to say no, but I'm still your friend. I still love you. I still support you. Let's figure this out in a different way, Let's try something different this time. A kid who keeps promising that they're, I don't know, promising that they're not going to do something, and then they keep doing it. It's like, well, don't promise me you're not going to do it if you're just going to keep doing it. Funnily enough, the song by, I don't know if it's Radiohead, I won't run away no more, I promise. Even when I get bored, I promise. That song, I Promise, was playing this morning. So again, it's like, don't make promises you can't keep. Let's just be honest with each other here. And maybe that can work. If this person, say this is like somebody that you're romantically involved with, right? They constantly break your heart, and they're like, it's forever this time. This time I'm going to marry you. This time we're going to move in together. This time we're going to have a kid. And they keep doing this to you, and you keep falling for it, right? You keep trusting them. And then they do run away, right? And you're like, you're left crying and heartbroken as they run off into the sunset, dust flying. Maybe again, Sagittarius Aries can be very impulsive, and it's not that they're trying to hurt you, it's just that they're excited about something else, right? They've gone running off after the next car that came along, like dogs chasing cars, right? And it's not that they're trying to hurt you, it's just that they're so wrapped up in whatever it is that they're doing that they accidentally don't treat you right, which is not an excuse, right? But accepting that that's who this person is, that's just, this person, they make me feel amazing. I love the time that I spend with them. I want more from this relationship, and I'm going to be honest with them and say I want more from this relationship. But if they're honest with you and they say, I can't give you more, that's not who I am. I'm not, if I'm honest with myself, I can't settle down. But I would love to spend the weekend with you. And then, we will say goodbye, but we'll have a brilliant weekend. At least you're going into that with the right expectations of what it actually is. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, there's a message in there for somebody. But take care of yourselves. And if you have to say no, if you have to put those boundaries up and say, look, I can't do this anymore, it breaks my heart every time. I understand that you don't want more, and I don't hold it against you, but I do, right? I do want more, and you can't give me that. So I'm going to have to put my boundaries up and, have my own self-confidence and my own self-worth there and say, God loves me. I don't have to chase this relationship anymore to have those feelings of self-worth. Now, I don't know, there's a lot to unpack in this reading, but Pisces, you're teaching everybody a lot here, and I hope you're all okay, and I hope you make the choice that's right for you, and you're honest with yourself, and you're honest with the people around you, and you expect that honesty in return, because I think that's a lot more of a healthy place to be. And maybe you do, maybe you just take yourself on vacation, maybe you Shirley Valentine it, right? Take yourself on vacation, you don't worry about whatever they're doing. No expectations. I don't expect anything from you, so if you turn up, great, but if you don't, I've got my own itinerary, right? I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing on this vacation. If you come and share it with me, great. But if not, it doesn't matter. I can travel lighter. I can do the things that I want to do. I can go to the museums I want to go to. I can go to the restaurants I want to go to. I don't need you here at my side to have a good time. But if you want to come and join me, great. Could be something like that. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to go. Do take care of yourselves. There's just dog barking. A lot of dog stuff this week in the readings. And yeah, take care of yourselves. You've got everything you need, right? Right now, go and look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, you are everything I need. I am complete, I am full, I am whole. The universe loves me, I'm a miracle. Let's treat this like a brand new day. All right, Pisces, take care, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye, babies.